Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last week in Charlotte, Emma Smith defied the odds in the new format, turning a fast qualifying time into a dominant drive through the field. She stormed to victory, leaving Eric Kaplinger in her wake, but the last time NASA Rallycross features hit Atlanta, it was a heartbreak for Smith. Falling off the front breaker of Zach Goddard in a race that slipped away. Can Smith go back to back, or will new challengers arise to the occasion? Our venue for this evening is the virtual Atlanta Long Rallycross layout. North American Simulated Auto Racing first started visiting Atlanta in 2018. This 0.97-mile circuit utilizes the infield road course of the Hampton GA Oval, blending fast asphalt sections with technical dirt segments. A key feature of the track is the fishbowl, a quirky and critical corner that can make or break a lap. The Joker also plays a major role, shaving off a considerable amount of time and adding a strategic element to the race. With its mix of speed, precision, and unpredictability, this track always delivers thrilling rallycross action. Format in NASA Rallycross features is as follows. We are finishing open practice now, which leads us into a 3-lap single-car qualifying session that splits the field equally into 6-lap heat races, with the qualifying order inverted. Nobody transfers out of the heats. Everybody is sent to the semifinals. Also, there are 6 laps. The top half transfer into the feature, and the winner receives a bonus point. This sets the grid for a 10-lap feature race where points are awarded and trophies are handed out. Unique to NASA Rallycross features and contenders, the Joker Lap is taken twice all evening. The second season of NASA Rallycross features continues tonight, live on the Automotive Sports Network with Joshua Darnell. And next to me in the commentary box, and my name is Stephen Moreau, and as we welcome you into the first running of Atlanta Grand Prix. That is blurb. Cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you to Andrew Carnelli IV for your camera support. Guys, 1 second. Hold down. And if you guys like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams weekly, along with our short-term video content brought to you by Jess Rakowski. Yeah. Well, Joshua, how are you doing?
I'm good, Steven. How are you? Are you excited for some NASA Rallycross racing?
I am extremely excited. We got a fierce competition tonight. And
Who you got? Who you got? Who do you think you got in your pocket for pole? Let's do pole, not the race. Let's just do pole. Who do you think you got for pole?
for pole, I'm gonna go through the list here because we got a pretty stacked lineup tonight. Uh, I would have to say for pole, uh, probably Blake's Emma Smith. She is a fierce competitor on that controller. Uh, he really shows everybody that you can be good on a controller. It's not just a steering wheel. You don't have to gatekeep, you know?
I think it
It's
really,
pretty
yeah,
great.
I think it comes down to really everybody here. If you're just starting out, there's no shame in racing on a Logitech or even a PXN for that matter. Anything that gets you in, or a controller, anything that gets you into racing is a great step, a great piece of product to get your hands on. Uh, we welcome everybody from all, whatever their input choice may be. I
From almost
I tell
all walks of
customers like
life.
all the time. Yeah, it's like when I'm at Micro Center, I'll tell them all the time that you can be fast on anything. It's really just, I'd say most of it kind of comes down to just track knowledge overall. Just knowing the correct throttle control, knowing the right gear to be in, knowing when to turn in, when not. All this stuff just comes down to experience, and I think I like Emma Smith continues to prove that time and time again.
Is great. And we're going to get it kicked over to qualifying now. And we'll see who starts their first qualifying lap. Who will get out on the grid? I hear
It looks like
somebody.
Eric. It's
I
Eric.
think
It's your
that was
boy.
Eric
It's my
Kaplinger.
boy.
I don't have this set to auto apply.
He's out on track right now, rounding the first corner. He's about to start his running lap.
Here we go. There we go.
Come on, Eric. Bring the heat.
We're now watching Eric Kaplinger do his lap.
A couple of our other drivers are getting on track too. Corritto, Chris Lunan, Joe Pascucci, Ed Boyles, Emma Smith, Tyler Johnson. We're going to be watching. I'm going to keep my eye on Eric, though. He's our first one on track. Let's see what he sets up. Let's see what time he gives the other drivers to beat. It's going to be Eric Kaplinger setting our start lap time.
Eric sets.
He's
Oh, right.
coming around
That's
the
the
last
warm-up.
couple corners. There isn't a warm up lap on here. Can't be. They passed the finish line. There's no shot.
Oh, is there no warm-up on this one?
There's no shot. He's definitely going to
Oh,
set
yeah.
a
Yeah,
time.
when you
Yeah.
come out, yeah. There is
What's he
definitely,
set?
you're right.
47.5.
A 47. Oh, no. Kaplinger still hasn't. Did he wash his first lap?
He must have. He must have made contact somewhere. We must have missed contact.
Oh,
Rodriguez sets
well,
the fastest lap at a
Rodriguez.
47.5. Kaplinger going around for a second shot. They get 3 laps here, correct? Is that what am I correct in that features? It's 3 laps all throughout NASA Rallycross, I'm
Oh,
pretty
there we
sure.
go. He must have scrubbed his first lap because the timing tower in the timing screen says a 47.7, but I'm not getting that
Yeah,
on the
it must
ticker.
have. Yeah, he
Let's see
must have
if we
gotten.
do a full ticker reset.
No, because he didn't come up for me
No.
either. 47.8.
Yeah, no,
He
he
finally set
must
the
have
lap
scrubbed.
time, putting himself into P2. Klaus Kreutzer moves into P3.
Ooh,
Cartwright into P2. My bad. Sorry, Cartwright.
last second.
Kaplinger into P4 with a 47.8. Boyles Jr. with a 48 flat, setting our top 5 order.
Eric Kaplinger is now starting his third lap. Hopefully he can get a good time. Oh, he's just moved down another one. Emma Smith just came pole with a 46.837.
Only driver to has hit a 46 second in this bracket so far tonight, by quite a margin too. About almost about a little over 0.6 of a second. That's a sizable gap.
Is a very
All of our drivers setting a pole. We still got some time on the clock here. Do we have any drivers who have yet to set a time?
Joseph Pascuzzi has
Yeah,
not set a
Pascucci.
time yet.
Yeah, he's on his
He's on
last
his
lap as
third.
well. He's rounding the hairpin right now, the dirt hairpin. He's in the horseshoe, coming around the dirt bend, the long left hander. He bounces the wall, scrubs his lap. That's going to be the end of Pascucci's run for sure. Yep, he's parking on the side of the road right now.
And Kevin Garcia
It's
also
this
has not
map.
set a lap yet.
This map. There comes my a first-person shooter terminology. This track takes no prisoners, especially on that dirt, on that long sweeping left in the dirt. You need to nail. You can gain or lose so much time there, and where we just saw, well, where we saw Garcia in the first, right as you're about to pass those last two turns coming across the start finish line, right before the dirt jump. Those are also two very important turns here that you need to nail if you're going to maintain momentum throughout this track.
And I hate to interrupt you here, but Kevin Garcia has finally set his last lap. It was a 47.9.
A
And
very respectable time for a futures driver. Puts him into P7. Something to be proud of Garcia. He's come a long way. He had
four
last
cars left
season.
on track.
I think last season was his first season.
Oh, it is
Some
being
rookie
kicked
mistakes, but he
forward,
seems to be
so
hammering them out. P7 is a wonderful showing for the rookie driver.
hate to interrupt you, but we are being kicked forward to the first heat, so I will go ahead and, or sorry,
As we are, they've ran out of time.
I will results. That's the
Blake Smith is in pole. Blake Smith takes pole position with Klaus Kreutzer in P2. Raymond Rodriguez bringing up P3. Jeff Cartwright in P4. Tyler Johnson in P5 and Eric Kapliker P6. Good running order. Not too much time between them except for Emma Smith up at the top with a 0.6 lead. I don't want to, like, barring any mistakes, this appears to be Emma Smith's race to lose.
Here we go. Sorry, there was a second page to read.
Oh, we got a starting grid?
Was the results of where everyone placed so
I'm pretty sure they're racing, Steven.
not seen any.
I know we're still in qualifying. We got 5 minutes left to go. They got about 3 minutes left to qualifying. Kevin Garcia is still on track, and Darren Canfield. Darren Canfield running down. I mean, these two drivers are just running down the clock. I mean, it's the same thing that I always did. Some people say it's not smart to practice on a worn-in track like this, but I consider any driving time good time, and these drivers may know, depending on where they set in the position. Kevin Garcia is 7th, so I don't think these tracks reset between heats, or maybe that's a racecraft thing. I can't remember, but I know these tracks don't. I think these tracks don't reset between heats, so it doesn't hurt for some of these slower drivers to get used to a worn-in track. Maybe. What do you think, Steven?
No, not at all. I think it would be. It's a good idea, especially for practice, so that you can keep your pace. Because at some point, track is going to wear in, and you're going to start to lose your pace. So if you can get used to the track well and it's worn down, be able to keep that pace because you'll know where to go and how to get the car to grip up in the way where you need it.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like now we're
Josh.
Forward, I think
we have admin has advanced us to the next session with our starting grid. Who do we got?
We got Joseph DiGiacomo in first place. Wyatt Pearson's in second. Ed Boyle Jr. in third. Kevin Garcia in fourth. Jeff Cartwright in fifth. Blake and Emma Smith, in sixth for tonight. This heat, sorry. Have to bear with me.
Green flag.
Our timing charts haven't been up. The timing charts haven't been updated yet by the FIA, so we're just waiting for them to get a hold. They need to catch up. Off on our first lap, it is
Wyatt Pearson.
It's Wyatt Pearson off in front.
Emma Smith.
We have 2 wide going into the chicane. One of them is bound to back out, right? None of them make contact.
Looks like it's Kevin Garcia who backs out, and Emma Smith takes the position for a commanding lead and takes
off
the
to
Joker first lap.
Smart play, very smart play.
That's super smart. I think
Emma Smith is out and away with.
Take a commanding lead so that even if anybody were to take their Joker now, that they will not be able to pass her. But if she takes her second Joker, she then will also still be able to stay in front. So he's, I think, in really. He is really gonna start pushing.
Do they take 2 Jokers in futures? That's right. This is the
Yes, we are taking 2
That's
Jokers
right. This is
already.
inverted. That's why Emma was in. That's why Emma was in last. Okay, now I'm making sense of everything. I thought something weird happened.
It did not take her long to weave her way through the traffic and get back into first. So
Yeah, Emma Smith with a commanding lead. Do we have any drivers that have taken their Joker? Any other drivers that have taken their Jokers? 12-second gap. I was about to say. The 12-second gap is quite sizable. Both Jokers. So she's done strategy. Pearson doing his. Just got done his first. So with Garcia. Same with Giacomo.
seems like our closest battle right now for position is gonna be Jeff Cartwright and Ed Boyles Jr. They are too wide at the fishbowl, and he gets shoved a little wide there. A little bit of contact, but it was nice and friendly. Paint, you know, a little paint rubbing is nothing. But
Making a move in the horseshoe is never the safest place to do so. You definitely want to be more so on the inside,
especially on your teammate.
Especially on your teammate.
But
Emma Smith is still a sizable lead, 12 seconds, but still the only driver coming up on Ed Boyles.
Wyatt Pearson just took his second Joker coming out, closing that gap to 5 seconds off of Emma Smith. Is Kevin Garcia gonna do the same and take his Joker as well? No, it looks like he's actually gonna get passed by Ed Boyles, but we think just took his Joker.
Just took his Joker, 100%, with all that momentum. Ed Boyles is going to retain the position over Garcia for sure. That's our closest battle, it looks like, for right now.
My Joker is still saying he has not. Oh, there we go. He is now Joker. Yeah, so that's where he got the momentum from, his Joker lap.
I'm interested to see Garcia jumps off. Yeah, okay. So Ed Boyles, Cartwright saving him.
Back if he can keep time cap.
Now
close.
it's
looking like he's gonna be able to do that.
So Cartwright is still the only driver without taking either of his Jokers. So he has a lot of strategy and not a lot of time. Did some of our drivers is your Joker tower not updating, or did some of our drivers not take a Joker?
I think the time tower is struggling to update. But it looks like Jeff Cartwright, when he came out, when Ed Boyles came around, he did. The reason why he came out.
Cartwright and oh lord, we might have. What a big pass! They're gonna get caught up in the back though. Get behind Garcia.
This is for second place now. Ed Boyle is for contention for second place now.
By Pearson with a big leap from the Joker. That's how important this. It's so important for drivers to not get demoralized on this track when they see a driver taking that. If you see a driver jump off and take that Joker, just run your race. Pay attention to your lines. Don't worry about the time, because the delta for the Joker is quite literally insane.
And that is the final lap, or the finishing. We got
Emma Smith.
We have Emma Smith
P1
in first place with a. All right.
With a sizable lead. I believe we had Wyatt Pearson in P2, and then P3 was Ed Boyles Jr. For our next heat, we have.
We have Ryan Hartunian. Sorry if we butchered that, but.
Is that an ARCA car?
First.
Joseph Pascucci in P2, Jake Robichard in P3, Dan Carrito P4, Tyler John And they're
off.
away. Decides it's a good start from all of our drivers. Down to the first line, we're making big contact. 3 drivers are around. 4 drivers are out of the race, bouncing around right now. It is going to be Jake Robichaud and Tyler Johns in P1 and P2.
Oh my gosh,
only
what
drivers
did
to
I
get
just
away.
tune into?
Yeah, there was calamity. They all tried. They had 4 wide in T1, almost. So Jake is out and away with this race, it seems. He does have competition. Tyler is on his tail, and both of them are off on their first Joker already, taking it immediately. I'm interested to see if Jake does the same strategy that Emma did and decides to go for the Joker strategy twice. A lot of our drivers can't be happy right now. We're still a little bunched up in the back. 2 of our other drivers, Joseph and Klaus, have also taken their Joker. Quite calamity after the on the very beginning of the race.
What a big calamity. Sorry. Oh, and Jake's gonna get passed by Tyler Johns because Tyler Johns just took his second Joker. If that's not his first. And he's now taking a commanding lead in front of Jake. The full 6-second lead. But Klaus Kreutzer is trailing Jake very close by with a 1.5 second behind.
Oh, that's not going to help.
Yeah.
Klaus taking a bit of a bad turn over the jump. He didn't get the traction that he wanted coming out of the final turn right before the jump, and his car got wide. A little squirrely, but he wanted to save it. Loses some time, but Klaus is going to dig for sure. In P3 right now, looking for P2. Is Jake still on his? Is he on strategy, or is he still has a grenade in the pin?
He is not.
Klaus is done. So Klaus is
update right now. Robichaud has not done a second Joker yet.
Klaus is in third, pretty much cemented.
Yeah.
Jake has a chance here with 2 laps left, and does actually have Johns in his sight. So the delta for the Joker, Jake should have this. I'm interested to see if he takes it now to solidify it, or if he wants to not even have to worry about defending the position and just focus on driving a clean line. He's got a lot of clean air right now. He's going to stay out. That's what I thought he was going to do. He has too much clean air. He doesn't want to risk it. He wants to maintain the momentum that he's kept this entire race. He's driven clean, got through that bad accident. This is exactly what I expected to see from this driver.
What he's really waiting for right now, we're only on the 4th lap right now. Coming around to start his 5th. But I think what he's waiting for is to try to kind of match if he can get his pace down, which he's getting down pretty good. He's a 4.8 second, 4.4 seconds down from Tyler Johns. So if he can time that pace just right, he can take that Joker and come out in first place.
Oh, he should have it. It looks like he's going to take it here.
Look,
yeah, he has it.
Do it now.
He's going to have it by a mile. Yeah, by a mile. Wonderful, executed perfectly.
And it is perfect execution. We just watched that, like, real time.
Do you think you could go back? I know we're coming down to the final lap here, but I'd love to see what happened. Maybe before the next race starts, to see what happened to our fellows in turn 1. We've kind of had constant action here.
Well, we'll get back to lap 1 and see what happens.
Jake is entering the horseshoe for the final time right now.
As Jake enters the horseshoe and everyone's positions are solidified.
Wait, hold on. He's gonna pass it. He's getting there. He's gonna beat you. He's beating you to the line.
I'll let him beat.
Rounding the final corner, over the jump for the last time for heat number 2. Well done, Jake. Comes in P1 in front of our dear friend Tyler Johns. A wonderful race by him. Kept it clean the whole time. With Joseph Piscucci making the pass on Klaus Kreutzer for P3. Nicely done from him as well. especially after the big crash in the beginning. Take us back. Let's look at that replay.
Back real quick before they start up the...
I'll keep my eye on the grid, I promise.
We're professional.
They're gridding. Yeah, they're gridding. We'll roll back to it after the ad break.
Go back.
Our starting grid is Grove, Canfield, Lunan, Kaplinger, and Rodriguez. Let's get a good race, guys. The lights are on. Green flag is down. They are away. It's a good start from all of our drivers. Grove pulling all of them down the line. Over the sleeping policeman was Rodriguez. Almost turned the car. They're both on the grass right now. Rodriguez and... Who was that behind him?
That's not what I wanted.
It's Matthew Grove after crossing the start-finish line for the first time in first, with Kaplinger in second. Car off the track.
Being very fussy iRacing. We finally got it back onto Matty
Rodriguez is off to his first Joker. Rodriguez, even after taking the Joker, Grove was still able to maintain a sizable lead over top of him, which is interesting, unless they both took their Joker, which they must have. There's no way. Eric Kaplinger coming around. Drivers in the back bunched up, so the front two took their Joker, 100%. So it's Matthew Grove and Raymond Rodriguez who are battling right now for P1, both on their first strategy. No one else. We have another driver going out. It's going to be, I think it's Lunan. It is Lunan coming up behind Rodriguez, battling for it, looking on the inside right now. Rodriguez closes off. He's going to have to back out of it. Not even really enough for you to make a space. I'm making a bigger deal than I should. Chris Lunan trying to get the better line. Rodriguez seems to be pulling away, though. Matthew Grove is really pulling away from this race, though. A sizable gap picked up. It really shows some of the experience some of our drivers in these lower brackets have with these lights cars.
There he goes. Chris Lunan takes his second Joker.
Oh, bringing him to P1.
Bringing him into P1. But
Lunan needs to be heads down.
Put that
heads down.
Again, Grove has not taken his second Joker yet, so he can still come back and get to first if he, again, does exactly what Jake does and times that pace correctly.
Eric Kaplinger getting passed by Matty Grove. Eric Kaplinger looking for a move. Grove and Cap way wiggly on the entry for that turner, giving Rodriguez time to catch up. They're bunched up now, and Kaplinger, they both Joker, going to come out in front of Lunan. It's going to be tight with Rodriguez and Lunan. Barely, they don't make contact. The door was closing.
But also now these two are going to be fighting positions.
All right, Kaplinger and Raymond are teammates. They need to...
They might probably just hold it off now.
I am unsure who is the faster driver in these cars. I'm sure team orders are going down right now to determine who they believe should go to the lower qualifier or who should get the better entry for their heat for their main races. We will find out. Eric Kaplinger in P1 with Raymond Rodriguez behind him. Matty Grove and Canfield still with Jokers left to take. Grove still hasn't taken it. Canfield takes his, coming out in front of Grove.
But that does put him back into contention. Possibly get around Chris Lunan and Raymond G. Rodriguez, who get himself onto the podium.
It would be, I'm rooting for a Darren Canfield comeback story, but we're on lap 6. There needs to be calamity in the front.
As Matthew Grove crosses the line to start his final lap, and he's going to have to take his final joker here.
We're going to be focusing on Matty. I'm going to be focusing on Kablinger, who's coming around the bend right now. He's going to have it over Grove. So is Raymond Rodriguez, who goes off on the grass a little bit, getting the car back under control as Raymond, braking deep to keep Grove behind him as best he can. Kablinger rounding the final corner right now. Grove taking it way wide, trying to get a better run, but it's not going to help.
The grass a little bit. Sorry, Rodriguez rode the grass a little bit to hold back Matty Grove there.
And it's Kablinger with a P1. Our podium is Kablinger, Rodriguez, and Grove. Good race, guys. That was a fun little. That was a good. There was a lot of position changes in that one.
There wasn't.
That was fun.
All right.
Finally, onto the main ones. Now this is where it needs to happen.
This should be last chance.
There's. No, these are I guess these are last chance qualifiers. No, well, these are the main heat races. There isn't an LCQ, and then they transfer from here.
Ah. Well.
The grid's up. It's Emma Smith in P1. Kablinger. The lights are gonna go 1, and the flag is down. Green away. Kablinger with a wonderful start over Emma Smith. Gets the jump, but Emma has the inside and is gonna hold it strong, forcing Kablinger out wide. But who's this up at the coming up the front? It's Ed Boyles Jr. Look, and everybody's slewing. Ed Boyles gains 2 positions for free.
Oh my God.
Emma Smith out and away, right where she wants to be. Tyler Johns back in P2, where I'm sure he's comfortable being. Ed Boyles thought he had the jump, thought he had a line, but he was swallowed up before he could even get through the door. Tyler pushed him out of the way. It's Tyler, Emma, and Eric are our first ones to take the Joker. Do we have any others? We do not. It is a parade in the backfield right now. All of our drivers are lined up basically on top of each other. With Emma Smith grinding the final corner for the very first time, crossing the start. They are going to be the ones leading C-Main this race. They're setting the lap times. They're setting the fastest positions. They're going to set the pace. And that's exactly what they wanted to come out and do. Like everyone else chase. Going off for the Joker again, firing both of those grenades immediately. So is Tyler, trying to do what he can to keep up.
Also defending hard to keep. Oh, and as I'm saying that, Klaus takes his Joker. Over the jump they go.
It's going to be spicy coming into the first turn.
Across the line. For lap 3.
Good entry from all of our drivers. I'm going to shoot back up front. Emma Smith has built a gap to Tyler John. Tyler John is within sight. He is within striking range of our other drivers. Someone just came up behind him. That's Klaus Kreutzer.
Klaus just took his second
Joker. Eric Kablinger and Ed Boyles Jr. are within striking distance of both Tyler Johns and Klaus. These drivers are not safe where they are, and they need to book it. They need to work together and move as fast as they can.
How many are
if my screen's correctly, 6.
Ooh, yeah. If he wants to, I believe these are scored 2 still. So if he wants to keep as much points as possible, he needs to get out of striking distance.
Klaus is trying to get around. It seems like Tyler is holding him up it seems. Eric's still not pulling, still holding on to his strategy, not ready to use it yet. Boyles follows him.
Battling for second place right now. He's looking to gain more points, and he gets
Tyler Johns way wide on the turn. Klaus. They are almost side by side right now. They are touching quarter paddles, front and rear. Klaus going to the inside. They spin. They make contact. Neither driver able to hold it. Both are around. Klaus making out worse.
Klaus can't get out back onto the track, but Tyler Johnson's immediately back out on the track.
Klaus goes for not cutting it. I'm sure Tyler's going to have a slowdown. But those are a little easier to serve now. Klaus is going to be, he's got to be upset about that, but I feel like our drivers should have known not to go too wide into there.
And then Ed and Eric capitalize on that. I think they saw the crash in either their relatives or in front of them, and took their second Joker.
They knew they were going to be coming up on slower cars.
Klaus Kreuzer.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, they solidified their position.
They've solidified P2 and 3 for their team. But I say that as now I see Eric and Ed are on the same team.
They are not. No. No. But so still, that does not matter. They still did for their teams.
Well, Ed is going to be pushing. That means Ed's going to be pushing for position. He wants to get a good seat. He wants to get a good seat.
It's not at the end. It's not going to be enough. Emma Smith is rounding the final, about to cross the start-finish gantry. Comes home P1, C main. The race is hers, setting the fastest lap as well. We have Eric Kaplinger P2 and Ed Boyles Jr. P3, followed by Matthew Grove, Tyler Johnson, and Jeff Cartwright. I believe those are our drivers who will go on to race in our feature race this evening. Klaus Kreuzer and Darren Canfield are our last two drivers. The odd men out, I believe. Wonderful racing, gentlemen. Bad luck tonight. There's always, always, always the next one.
Next to the next.
Ooh, I'm excited. A B main, ladies and gentlemen. We have Jake Robichaux, Wyatt Pearson, Ray Rodriguez, Joseph Pascucci, Kevin Garcia, Chris Lunan, Hartuni, and I don't remember your first name, I'm sorry. DeGiacomo and Dan Carrito as our drivers. The engines turn on, the lights are on, and the green flag is down. We are away.
We are away. And
it's a good start from our back row. Our front two drivers almost seemed like they were caught sleeping.
Looks like nobody was caught.
Oh, almost calamity in the first turn. That was rough. That made my stomach turn. Some drivers are off the course. Some drivers trying to utilize that grass, but you have to be so careful. If you use too much of it, you will lose traction and not gain any speed.
Looks like right now we got Wyatt Pearson in first.
Jake's looking inside.
In second, and Raymond Rodriguez in third.
Wyatt and Raymond thought of it. Oh, it's so interesting to see drivers. You can see the nose of their car turn in and then turn out when they think about taking the Joker, and they see those other cars in front of them take it. It's so
they're battling for first place here. Wyatt Pearson and Jake Robichaux. And over the jump, Jake takes the position.
It's that better traction, the inside line.
Over Wyatt Pearson, and he takes the lead now. Can he hold that off? Is he going to take his second Joker?
Wyatt is down again. Dan Carrito passes Wyatt after he has a bad entry into turn 2. Wyatt is going to try to get the fresh air, get his mind clear, do what he can to make up the lost time. He has time. Plenty of it. He just needs to focus. No more mistakes. I'm not going to commentator's curse you, Wyatt, I promise. I'm going to stop looking at you personally. He has Kevin Garcia behind him, give him a little bit of pressure. Garcia, a little bit of a bad line for Wyatt, but Garcia keeps him honest. Let's hope that pressure makes Wyatt just that little bit more laser focused. What else we got going? We got any serious battles going on, or have they all begun to fizzle out before our Jokers are taken?
Let's check. So I
see Wyatt
should be coming in a lot louder now.
Oh, Joker coming in now. Chris Lunan coming up behind Kevin Garcia. Wyatt Pearson still building a gap even to the two drivers behind him. Chris Lunan getting holed up after his Joker was interrupted. Well, that's probably wrong to say. His exit was interrupted by Garcia to check himself.
I apologize for quiet audio.
Raymond Rodriguez still without a Joker, still not having taken his Joker. Oh, big cut from who? Wyatt Pearson spins.
Wyatt Pearson just has a big spin. Can he get back out on the track?
Kevin Garcia has got to have a black flag.
He's going to struggle to get back out.
I am very confused as to how he hasn't had a slowdown right now.
Oh my! And he climbs and tries to drive over top of Chris Lunen's car.
There is calamity happening.
Calamity tonight. Drivers are just looking to be gaining those positions. They are doing any means necessary tonight.
So we have
looks like
Jake in first. We have a crash. Wyatt. It looks like Wyatt almost flipped coming off of the jump. Trying to catch up. There's so much seeming to happen. Raymond Rodriguez is in his Joker coming up behind Jake, making a pass on the
He's getting
inside.
The pass on the inside.
That momentum is so important. Heavy braking coming down. Ray knows what he has to do. He has to protect the inside. He knows Jake's looking for it. He grabbed the grass, but he kept the inside. That's what he had to do. He's going to have the better line coming down here because Jake's not going to have the speed. He went too much for the inside, and Ray knows that. It is a neck-and-neck battle. Ray battling for grip out there. Jake battering down his door, looking for any way to get around. Our drivers are hungry tonight. Going for the inside is Jake. Ray leaves the door open. They're side by side, but maintains the inside. Jake's going to be great. He's going to be down his neck.
With the second Joker, and it's looking like he's looking
right behind. He's now in contention for P3.
His nose into contention for P2 and battle for P1.
Jake is beating down his door, pushing almost too hard, loses a ton of time, is going to give up a position maybe to Carrito as well.
Oh,
they come across, they almost slammed, they almost caused another crash. The medics room is discharged to the field right now. Rodriguez able to hold P1
from everybody in general.
Hey, our drivers, well done to both Carrito.
That was the final lap.
Keep that clean.
So that was Raymond Rodriguez for first, Dan Carrito in second, Jake Robachot in third, Chris Lunan in fourth, Kevin Garcia in sixth, Joseph Pascuzzi in sixth, Wyatt Pearson in seventh, Joseph DiGiacomo in eighth, and Ryan Hartunian in ninth. And that was such a great race. We didn't even realize that was the end of that.
I was so caught up in the action, ladies and gentlemen, that I forgot that there was even going to be an ending to the race. I could have watched those gentlemen race all night.
And I think we are moving to warm up now. So while we move to warm up, I am going to roll us into the adverts. So if you give me 2 seconds, if you'd like to, I will put it on a card. If you would like to just commentate on that card until I can roll us into the ads, I love that very much.
You guys are gonna love our advertisements. Okay, they're great. They're the best advertisements you've ever seen.
I'm gonna set it to most exciting and see what happens.
Who are you following? I think it's Dan Carrito?
Yes.
Yeah, we got Dan Carrito on screen right now.
Should just move to whoever's most exciting. So
these, I gotta say, I'm very happy to see all the nice liveries coming out of these drivers this season. It's very nice to see. I always get a little demoralized seeing the same car on track all the time. I enjoy my spectators. Sometimes, it gets boring. I'd like to see a little variety out there, a little bit more action, maybe a couple more manufacturers. It'd be so much fun to see pros and cons that you could take advantage of with different cars. It would be so much more interesting, in my opinion, if that's the case. But I do understand the purpose of spec lower class series. It does make more sense. Everyone's getting used to the same cars, weight transfer. Especially for our supercars classes, I really do wish we had just a couple more manufacturers. It'd make it so much more interesting. We're ready for ads? Our drivers are getting certainly warmed up. They're already battling.
Yeah, they are battling. I can see this. This is great for warm up. This means it's going to be a great race for the feature. But can't find the move directly into the ad bit, but I will read off the ascend ad bit and then move this into the intros or the adverts. So if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams on weekly, along with our short form content brought to you by Jess Rakowski. And with that, I'm going to bring us to our ads and let us roll for that.
So interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in the turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. Dragster in the 26. He has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wentz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rally's going to hold his spot.
You're so interesting.
I love.
Welcome back to round 12 of the championship overall and round 2 of the second season of NASA Rallycross features here in Atlanta, with Josh Darnell in the production truck next to me and in the commentary box, and my name is Stephen Moreau, and we are live on the Automotive Sports Network. And again, cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you to Andrew Carnali IV for your camera support. And also the intro music for the NASA World Feed was produced by Alex Abetti. And if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams on weekly, and along with our short form content brought to you by Jess Rakowski. And if you like your content broadcasted by ASN, you can contact us at asntvUSA.com. And if you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone. All of the info is at nasasimracing.com. And bring it back to Josh. What do you think for your nights, for the thoughts for the tonight so far? If I can put my words together.
Barring any accidents, I think Emma's going to have it. Which feels mean to say because all these drivers have talents, and they've shown that tonight. From just braking, corner entry, bottom control. Every single one of them has shown that they know what they're doing, but it just seems like Emma has gotten the most practice and has the most pace. They're up 7/10 in practice alone. I don't, barring any mistakes, it appears to be Emma Smith's race to lose.
Yeah, if Emma makes any mistakes, that's it, I think, for the rest of the night, yeah. But yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, we had we had someone break into the production truck real quick. Here,
Yeah,
we
had
kicked
an
him out. He's
intruder.
gone. We kicked him out. He's gone.
And it looks like we are kicking forward. I should have mentioned we kicked forward to the race
main
session.
race. Dan Crowder's the first one on the grid. He's ready to roll. He's already firing up the engine.
Eric Kaplinger is right next to him as well.
Eric and Cap, two teammates out in the field today. I know we got a couple of them out there. The Saints and Cinder boys are out there. Tyler Johnson, Ed Boyles Jr. Tripascucci taking up P12.
I hear engines, and it looks like we might be getting ready to go.
There we go. All cars are gridded. We are getting ready to go. The lights are on. The engines have been ignited. And the green flag
is ready to roar.
Green flag
is away. We're
and
going
off
racing.
we go with Emma Smith off to a great commanding start here.
Chris,
everybody's contact with Rodriguez and Emma Smith into turn one, and here we go. The dust storm is off in the dirt. Oh, and over the jump we get an accident.
Big crash.
Chris Lunan and Jeff Cartwright collided in the air. But it looks like everybody else is snaking in for the first couple of laps, and it looks like here we come up to the Joker, and we'll see who's gonna Joker now. Everybody but
6 of our drivers stay out. 4 of our drivers dip.
Only 4 drivers go in and 4 stay out.
Blake, Raymond, Eric, and Kevin Garcia are our drivers.
Sorry, 4 go in. Rest stay out. Sorry.
Our,
I can't put words together.
are our drivers who are going to take the preliminary positions up at the top of the grid, but they're going to have green in the next. Carrito, Ed Boyles, Matty Grove,
Oh
and
my
Jake.
gosh, we've got
A
a
line of drivers coming
big
down.
line right now. We got 6 cars
Emma
that
was
can
way
punch
wide.
right into the first top 6 here.
Raymond stays out. It's interesting to see that Kaplinger went in after Emma. So I'm interested to see what the
Another
thought
car
is
added
there.
to the line. We have 7 and 2. Nobody jokers but 1, and that I believe was Jake Robichaud. Yep, that was indeed Jake taking his first joker of the night.
The scary thing about this track for me is during these longer races where you have 10 laps instead of maybe 6, the chances of you, if you take your joker, like if you take one in the beginning and then one maybe a couple laps later, there's a chance that you could come out in traffic. Like not taking them back to back can almost be a detriment to you at times on this course.
Yeah,
just
with this
because
track, you have to be careful when you come out of that joker.
The cars coming, like when you come out of the horseshoe on here, you are
You are lagging there, Josh. We're experiencing a little technical difficulties on the voice here.
Am I lagging?
Oh, I think we're fixed now.
Am I better? Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Oh, and it looks like we have a little crash there.
Who went wide? What happened?
That was, I believe, Ed Boyles who's stuck back here. It looks like he's waiting for the rest of the field to go by him. And he is safe to go now.
A safe rejoin.
Oh, no, never mind. He's off into the pits. That seems like his car must have been totaled enough that he couldn't get it around to the rest of the track for the rest of the night.
It could have been. It's very unfortunate to see. It's always unfortunate to see our drivers have to call it a night early. Hitting the wall in the entry was Matty Grove. Matty Grove. It looked like. Or no, that was Joseph Pascucci, not Matty Grove. Sorry, Matty. Hitting the wall in the entry was Joe Pascucci, losing a little bit of bleeding time to Dan Carrito. Chris Lunan holding out in front. Those drivers have taken their jokers. Robichaud is still has to take his. Same with Rodriguez. Smith, not with the gap I think they expected to see at the end of the halfway point, but we'll see what happens. And maybe there's mistakes, cracks beginning to show on the armor, perhaps. The gap is still sizable, but Kaplinger is within striking distance.
Carrito just took his first joke, I believe. If I'm reading that correctly. He just came out in front of Jake Robichaud. That or he just passed him. He still hasn't done his joker, but if he hasn't done his joker yet, that he still can get into first with this. He's only
he's pushing Dan real hard here.
10 seconds behind, maybe 10 to 14 seconds behind, and you can shave that off immediately with one joker. Oh, it looks like that was indeed his first joker he took there. And Jake is going for a second, and that puts him out into third place. A good joker timing as well from Jake Robichaud. And it looks like there's a battle for an 8th place with Matthew Grove versus Joseph Pascucci. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue pad there. And it looks like it's going to be going good. Matthew gets a good exit, and Joseph just could not find the grip he needed to get a good pass on Matty there. A little deep on the entry there from Joseph, and has to brake a little hard there and lose a little bit of momentum, but he's keeping up with Matty, so he could still pass him. We're only on the 7th lap, starting the 8th lap now.
Matty did that without using a joker too, so that's very important. Pascucci's on strategy right now.
Oh,
Grove
yeah.
isn't. Grove made that pass on track. Grove made up a ton of time.
I think Grove actually is the only one who's actually saved his jokers for the end of the race. He might come out on top if he can do this just right.
Cartwright and John still have theirs to take, it seems. Unless I've mistaken something. But all of our drivers at the top.
You were right. Yeah, John and Cartwright both.
Yeah,
Still
both
have yet
haven't
to
taken.
take their jokers as well. So we have 3 racers that could easily, right now, if they take both jokers at the perfect time, can clap right into the top 3 podiums. Like, we
Raymond
have
is-
3 drivers for the top 3 that are
Raymond
well
is
in the
hold-
punching range. Sorry, I don't mean
Raymond
to
is
cut you off there.
holding. You're good. You're good. Raymond is holding on to the back of Garcia and Robichaux. So there is, and Garcia is pushing Jake hard. So there's a chance here that we could see Ray bump
I think
all the way
John
up
just
to
took his.
P3.
Tyler John just took his first joker, I believe, because he is now
Passing
in front of Chris
Grove.
Lunan and Grove. So he
And
must
Grove, he must
just
have,
taken
yeah.
his first joker, which means will we see the second immediately? Because he's now going to be starting his final lap here. We are on lap 9 out of 10, so this should be final lap.
Emma Smith in first place. Eric Cavalinger trying to close the gap. 3 seconds behind. Needs a mistake to happen if it's going to happen. But they're rounding the corner. This is it. Emma Smith starts their final lap now. Almost, I heard tires squealing. It looked a little squirrely, but they kept control of it. Rounding, coming around the corner.
I mean,
Has to get the entry right to the fishbowl. Nice.
Good entry. Good exit as well.
It all comes down to this. Raymond gets P3 like I thought he would by taking the joker. Blake gets the exit down. The race should be theirs. Despite barring any mistakes on the last couple of corners, Emma will take the checkered flag.
Dan Corrado's going to go too wide into the final turn here.
Battling Ray, doing whatever he can, looking for the over/under. Ray protects hard, but loses grip. Dan's going to have the speed and might get it over him.
Over the jump, he's in. He's past him.
He's in. He passed him. Dan's going to take P3 over a dramatic finish for him. Ray Rodriguez loses out. Got a little bit too much of the grass. We see that happen often. It just, as I was saying earlier, man, if you get too much of that grass, it literally slows your car to a crawl. You have got everything is in small measurements here, guys. Micro measurements.
And that'll do it for the races tonight.
Bring up the results. I want to see our drivers.
We'll come to our results as we watch Emma Smith burn it out on the grass.
There aren't blades attached to that, Emma. Get off the grass. They're ruining landscaping.
We have Emma Smith in P1, Eric Kaplinger in P2, Dan Corrado in P3, Raymond Rodriguez in P4, Jake Robichaud in P5, Matthew Grove in P6, Tyler Johns in P7, Jeff Cartwright in P8, Kevin Garcia in P9, Chris Lunan, in P10, and Joseph Pascuzzi in P11, and Ed Boyles Jr. in P12. Make sure there isn't anybody else in there. Nope, we're good.
Unfortunate for Ed. Bad luck for sure.
The positions for tonight.
Can we go back and look some of our replays before we bring these drivers in? I would like to see some of the issues that happened tonight. Like maybe even just during this feature race.
I will.
I like to see what happened.
While we do that, I would like for you to read us the programming notes.
Oh my goodness, programming notes. How I love programming notes, guys. NASA Rallycross Contenders is tomorrow, ladies and gents. Tune in for the best amateur rallycross action you can get. It's going live at 9 p.m. Eastern time at the same track we're at now. We're not leaving. We are not leaving. Staying at Atlanta long. Following the 13th on Wednesday, we're going to have a couple day break. Try not to be too sad, guys. Coupled on Thursday, my mistake, the 13th, we are going to have Torque Supercar Series. Make sure to tune in for Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer, who will be commentating that. And then that Saturday, we're going to have the NASA Rallycross World Championship. Make sure you tune in on Saturday, the 15th at 2 p.m. to watch the best rallycross drivers in the world duke it out with each other.
And then on that note, we'll quickly watch the replay from the feature here. start here.
Let's see what happened to good old. Let's see what happened to Chris. I want to see what. Good.
This
Good.
is what
You read my
happened to
mind.
Mr. Lunin here. We'll
He had a
go
great. We got
right
a great
on.
start. Go to the start. I want everyone to
Go
see his
right
start.
to
It was
the
beautiful.
cockpit here.
He jumped
Right
right
on
up the
board
front
here.
line.
That switched to not Mr. Lunin here. Oh, I'm messing up the replay. Hold on.
It's okay. It's okay. We're getting it under control. All right. We were handed a lot of buttons.
There we go. Cameras want to work.
Replays back. We can play it from right here. This is fine. Chris, everyone will just have to believe me on Chris's start. It was immaculate. Can we not do interviews for features? Maybe we don't. Oh, they get into each other.
I've been informed that interviews is. Oh, we have 0 time for replays, so we have to stop.
Oh, we have to stop. All right, sorry everyone.
So we will cut it here. We apologize, but I will sign us off for now, and I will read the points actually before I cut us off, and then we'll go into the light.
It's not even up yet. It's good.
Okay. I've been informed we have to just break to lights. We'll just break to lights. If you checkered flag falls on the evening here in Atlanta on behalf of our entire production staff and analyst Josh Darnell. My name is Stephen Moreau. Thank you for joining us for today's coverage of NASA Rallycross features, and the Rallycross lights will begin shortly here soon. And
congratulations to the top 3.
And congratulations to the racers for the futures. And we'll move right on into the light stream. So